Here we are once again with the High Noon Hemp Show. That means, of course, that it's Wednesday at noon Eastern Time. We're getting through Season 10 now. I can't believe done all of these episodes. It's really incredible. Thank you all for watching live, video on demand, podcast. Of course, if you want to watch live or video on demand, the Temptations Beach Facebook page is a good place to be. Maybe an even better place to be is the YouTube channel, the Jedi Hemp YouTube channel. Seems to have better video, smoother quality.
That's where I'm at.
All that stuff. Indeed, and that's where Beach is at. Even a better reason to go over to YouTube, the Jedi Hemp YouTube channel. We're also on Twitter at Temptations. Podcast, of course, iHeartRadio, Google Play, and Podbean. Just search the High Noon Hemp Show. I am Joe Clare. I perform various shenanigans on the interwebs, which you can search in your favorite search engine. He is Beach, high above the Temptations in Sharonville, Ohio, a snow-covered, frigid Sharonville, Ohio. Beach, how are things in the cold world of Temptations?
Slow. It's slow, as I sit high above the Temptations in Sharonville. Yeah, you know, the world slows down when we get a little bit of the snow, and you know we haven't really had it in a while, and so here we are, chugging through it. I think everybody should be back open. I think Dayton was closed yesterday. I think they might have got it worse than we did. We were pretty much open everywhere because Cincinnati had the roads sorted out.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we still surviving. I suppose it's good. Gives people less reason to go out. Would have been more ironic if the snow would have started like at the beginning of December and just lasted all winter, so nobody could go anywhere anytime. No, we wouldn't have so many fights over having to wear masks. Anyway. Yeah, so it is definitely slow due to the weather here, as in a lot of places. But the stores are open. We're doing our thing. Here we are. It's high noon. We're doing the High Noon Hemp Show.
Indeed.
The weather haven't glitched the internet yet, but if we go down, we will blame the weather. Just so you guys know.
That's how I did.
That's how we do it here. So anyway, let's get with it. Let's get into the product spotlight, as I like to say. 4 from the store, 1 from my door. This first one, and again, most of everything that I show today is in the Sharonville location. A little bit of this stuff should be in some of the others, and we might have to move stuff around. But this first one is a long sleeve Young Maven. Very, very much needed, as I believe last night or the night before was possibly the coldest that it's been in a while. It got down to like 1 degrees. So the layering up, making sure you're plenty warm out there, it's kind of a necessity. I think I'm saying that right. The next one, made right here at Planet Everywhere back in the day. These are the last of their kind. So again, I'm going to try to distribute some of these to some of the other locations too, because we have a lot in Sharonville. But these are kind of like an earmuff headband. They're thicker. They have fleece on the inside, a hemp fleece on the inside, and then like a hemp. Or I think it's like towel material almost on the inside. Yeah, fleece, and then whatnot, different colors, and the one with the jean material is there as well. And so again, this is our selection in Sharonville, and I'll try to get some of these out to some of the other locations if it's closer to you there. The next one, again, the Wicked Boots. We still have some of their old style in stock, and so if you're looking for a pair of boots to get you through this winter, it's already happened. You should have gotten in earlier, but here they are. What little selections, sizes we may or may not have, I don't know, but these are only at the Sharonville location. And the next one, we just got in a fresh batch of the Just Hemp soap. And so we got all the scents back in. These have become quite popular since we got them in originally, and getting restocked up on all that. Good for the skin as it's dry out right now as well, and so definitely comes in handy for the skin. The hemp oil, CBD, either way. And the one for my door I just got. I have been trying to do a better job of working out. And so I've been getting on our treadmill and doing some light weights. But this is initially a yoga mat. I got it so I can do push-ups and sit-ups and planks and those type of things. I don't do yoga really, although it's kind of the same. Not that I have anything against yoga. I think yoga is great because it is a stretching / breathing mental workout. And so I stretch on a daily basis as well. But the top part is hemp. It rolls out, came with a nice little strap, that wraps around it so I can roll it up and put it in the corner either way. And this, again, I'm pretty sure I found it on Amazon, which I found a lot of my hemp products on Amazon. But you can also go to, it even says on it, it's kind to me because it's chemical free, and the hemp surface naturally kills bacteria, which is true. But it's shotkiwarriorshop.com. Or again, you can, if you do Amazon, you can do Amazon, but you can go directly to their website and buy it directly from them. It's Shotki, SHAKTI, warriorshop.com. And I'll try to get that up on the website, on the second page, About Us website. I have page, I should say. The About Us page has websites for hemp shopping, organizations, all kinds of stuff, keeping you in contact with the hemp world that is not Hemptations. It's huge. It should be explored. We should support it as much as we can all over the internet. And so I'll get that website up there to remind you of the yoga mat to which I just showed. So there you have it on the product spotlight. 4 from the store, 1 from my door.
Indeed.
Now,
which brings us
to
the place where hemp and fashion collide. Last couple of weeks, we've seen what you can do with your hemp outfits if it's cold. Today, we're going to learn what to do when it's super cold. when cold is just not enough of a word, then you have to go a little warmer. So I asked Beach, because Beach knows about these things. Obviously, we've learned that in the last 116 episodes. Hemp, fashion, the beachwear segment. I asked Beach the most important question of the day and get the most important answer. What are you wearing, Beach?
And also, if you only want half of you to be seen when you're out in the snow, this outfit is great for that. Because as you can see, I've got my winter camo jacket on. Hemp hood lamb, of course. Super duper warm. Not only do I have the headband on, made here at Planet Everywhere, but I also have a top hand glove winter hat on to keep the head warm. The Planet Everywhere Super Hemp tee, which we made. I like to call that the Super Hemp symbol. And so that was printed right here at Planet Everywhere. Satori boxers. The I cargo pants, that's how you would see me you would just see my legs walking across the snowy drifts.
Sounds dangerous.
And my green I, because the top part you wouldn't see. I'm camoed, man. I'm winter camoed out. I'm invisible from the top up. I got my Green Springs Technology pen. If you look closely there in my front pocket, as always, pair of Hempest socks. and the Wicked Boots. I know I had these on last week too because I'm pretty sure I wore these for last week's show because we had snow then and some interesting weather, and so there's more coming. I don't know how long it's going to last, although I did hear a rumor just earlier before the show that it's going to warm up a little bit, but I might have them on next week. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
It's still Cincinnati, so even if it warms up, doesn't mean there is some snow to melt. It's true. There is, and it is cold, and so it's not going anywhere until we do get, it's going to have to hit 40 probably for it to start melting. So there you have it, folks. If you were wondering, what are you wearing, Beach, on a snowy, cold winter day in Cincinnati? Now you know. It's still hemp from head to toe.
There you go.
Man, how about that? I should use that to close out that segment. I have to write that down to remember. Now you know. It's still hemp head to toe. We're only 10 seasons in.
Yes.
Doesn't mean I can't add more catchphrases, folks.
Right.
It's coming to me all the time. Start writing those down. Catchphrases coming at me. Oh, man. Definitely got some fun stuff going on in the news. For sure. Danica Patrick, who, became one of my favorite race car drivers in NASCAR. Not that I follow NASCAR, but only because I love to see women get into men's sports, even if they still bitch about it. Either way. But anyway, of course, in an article in People Magazine, she says she uses CBD. And she says, I really honestly feel like the world is being educated. I think it's been around long enough, and there's a comfort for it. I think that we're seeking it, actually. And it is so true that, whether the famous people are endorsing it or using it, or you're not famous, CBD is still one of the most sought-out products everywhere in the world at this point. It's wherever. So more support from that world, or whatever that means. I do want to tell you about a great nonprofit that I've been wanting to get involved with, and I'm going to stop saying that and either donate or I don't think there's any time to volunteer, but when I can. But it's called Cannabis Can Ohio, and you can go to cannabiscanohio.org and see how you can get involved there. They're into all kinds of cannabis-related things, or just using the cannabis world to help. Because I know they have like food initiatives, but they also have, I believe, a recycling program for vape cartridges and whatnot, which is huge. And for the carts. And so I really want to, if nothing else, possibly as soon as I get off the show, I'm going to go see how I can get involved, because I'd love to collect those for them to be recycled, because that's a great idea. I can't imagine how many 510 cartridges have been thrown in the trash when they are full of stuff that could be recycled, I feel like. So again, that is cannabiscanohio.org. And see what you can do to use your positive cannabis to for this nonprofit. Again, they're really doing some cool stuff in the name of cannabis, giving cannabis a good name, I should say. And so see how you can help. Motorhead, giving cannabis a good name for all the motorheads out there. Right. They now have CBD hempettes. Again, huge, very growing market is what we call hempettes, which is a cigarette made from CBD flower. It's a great name. They're becoming semi-popular everywhere. I've been talking about them. We've got them in. But now, I don't know where, if you can order them online, you can get yourself a pack of Motorhead hempettes. Yeah, more names, getting into the names.
And now we're getting real.
Now we're getting real. Um, Great hemp product. I'm going to get this stuff on the shelves. I've been meaning to for as long as I can, and I've set up a wholesale account, and I just haven't done it. But Uncle Bud's, I talked about them before. I think because we've used their sunblock, and again, I think I found Uncle Bud's on Amazon. But if you go to Uncle Bud's website, you can use the code NYPOST, NYPOST, and get 25% off. And they have, I mean, again, great. It's a lot of skincare products, topicals. I know they have a line of hemp feminine products. I mean, they're just doing great things, and of course, they are also. I don't know if they're paying Magic Johnson or Jane Fonda to speak fondly of them or not, but I have seen both Magic Johnson and Jane Fonda talking about the Uncle Bud's products. And again, we use them. I just found my Uncle Bud sunblock, and so that's what we used last summer for sure, because I found their products on Amazon, and just they were great, very, very. I mean, we just fell in love with them. And so anyway, you can get 25% off until the end of March, March 30th. It says you have to pretend that you read the New York Post, because that's the code, NY Post. Yeah, NY Post. All capital letters. I don't know if that matters. 25% off Uncle Bud's products. It's a great way to find out how good they are. And once you get some at that price, then you'll be back either to hopefully buy some here at Temptations, because we have them on the shelves, or back to their website and supporting them. And I am not paid to endorse Uncle Bud's. But they are great. In medical news today, on their website, they cite articles, a couple different articles. Interesting. This one was from JCI Insight, and it said that CBD may reduce high blood pressure and the blood pressure response to stress. We know that it does help a lot of our customers with anxiety, and it's very calming. And so that totally makes sense. The Epilepsy Foundation indicates that CBD might help treat the seizures associated with certain epilepsy syndromes. This one to me seems like a no-brainer, and I'm surprised that it's taken them so long to figure this out, because I feel like most of the world kind of knows this.
Yeah.
if you've been following CBD at all. But it's kind of just like the Arthritic Foundation, the big arthritis website foundation. I forget what it was. They're now getting pretty hip to CBD. So, and the last one was an actual study in the Frontiers of Pharmacology. Frontiers of Pharmacology suggested that CBD oil may reduce pain sensation in rats. Going on to say that, and then the article goes on to say that the properties make CBD oil a potential remedy for fibromyalgia, irritable bowel syndrome, menstrual cramps, multiple sclerosis, neuropathic pain, and sciatica. Is that sciatica? Sciatica. The C is somewhat silent. Sciatica. And so, again, here is the things going on in the real world, showing how beneficial CBD is or can be. And so more moving forward, good for that. This last piece of news, and I'm sorry that I think I missed this article last week, but this may be one of the greatest things related to Valentine's Day that I wish I could do. But I feel like you can follow these instructions at any time. But I came across an article in Cincinnati Magazine that was about previous articles in Cincinnati Magazine about Valentine's Day. This article, this comes from a 1909 Cincinnati Magazine, and it reported that it was once customary for maidens wishing to learn their heart's desire to run around the local churchyard at midnight chanting, "I sow hemp seed I sow. He that loves me best, come after me now." That's the words. I sow hemp seed I sow. He that loves me best, come after me now.
Wow.
So maidens, if you're single, maidens, and you want to know your heart's desire, and I assume, I don't know if that means you take hemp seed with you and throw in the local churchyard, which means that every churchyard would be growing hemp in the spring. Might be kind of a genius way to get some hemp growing at your local churchyard, or to find your heart's desire. But there you have it. And again, I don't know if that's directly related to Valentine's Day, although the original article was actually published on Valentine's Day in 1909. I sow hemp seed I sow. He that loves me best, come after me now. I love it. That's history, folks. That's how prevalent hemp seed was,
Yeah.
I suppose, in sowing hemp seed back in the day. Can you imagine the churchyards at midnight in 1910, 1909, for the rest of 1909? Hemp seed growing everywhere. Hemp growing everywhere. What's all this hemp growing out here?
People find it love.
All right. People falling in love. Their true heart's desire. That sounds like witchcraft to me. And they tell you to go to the churchyard. It feels like they're mixing witchcraft and Christianity there. I don't know if that's going to end well. The pastor will come out and try to save you. Anyway. We got a little bit of events going on. Not too much has changed from last week. This 22nd, 23rd coming up, 5 days or so, the Industrial Hemp Summit in Danville, Virginia. March 1st, we got the Show Me Hemp Conference, bringing the market to you at the Doubletree in Jefferson City, Missouri. March 5th, this has just been added. This is interesting for all you Ohio people interested in growing or doing things with industrial hemp in the state of Ohio. So March 5th, you have Central State University Extension and the Ohio State University Extension presenting the 2021 Land Grant Virtual Hemp Conference, looking back to plan for the future. And they're going to do talks on growing all forms, so fiber, hemp, CBD, economics, pest management, licensing, pretty much everything related to growing hemp, and specifically even growing hemp in the state of Ohio. I will get Cindy Folk. I'll get her information up on the website as well. Her email address is afolck@centralstate.edu. And there's a phone number here too, and I'll put that on the website hopefully by tomorrow. And so you'll be able to go to the About page again, and I'll have it there. I may even put that on the home page. It might be the first thing you see, just for people in Ohio. And then March 18th and 19th, you have the second annual Michigan Cannabis Industrial Marketplace Expo in Frankenmuth Credit Union in what is Birch Run, Michigan. And then, of course, at the end of March 25th through the 27th, slowly creeping here, it's going to be here soon, is NOCO in Denver. Again, the largest, without a doubt, hemp expo that I can think of. There might be others that claim to be the biggest, the largest, but honestly, NOCO holds it down every year with what they do because they keep getting bigger and bigger than previous years. And, they're doing the right stuff, no doubt about it. Then April 17th, 18th, you've got the Pennsylvania Cannabis Festival and Renegers Antique and Farmers Market in Coatesville, Coatstown. Sorry, I'm trying to change the name, and I think it's a cool name already. Coatstown, Pennsylvania. And then bringing it in May, we got the Ohio and Kentucky Cannabis and Hemp Expo at the Duke Energy Convention Center. I do think that more stuff's going to be popping up as, now we're rolling out the vaccine and people are masking up and doing the right things. I think we may see more events that aren't virtual, but still going to continue with the theme of some virtual events as well. And so we'll see. I did not get any questions this week, but I do have some beach thoughts. We are right in the middle of Black History Month. And specifically relating hemp to Black History Month is not good. The truth of it is that hemp was, especially in the United States, probably not very friendly because it was enslaved people from Africa that had to grow the hemp. And they were the ones that probably had to labor the hardest originally with the hemp. And then if you jump forward to cannabis period and why hemp was made illegal, or how I should say cannabis slash hemp slash marijuana was made illegal in 1937. Well, we look at the propaganda that was used to make hemp illegal, and that was black men were smoking marijuana and raping white women. It was a betrayal of this substance, which included industrial hemp, as something wicked as you've never seen before, which was as much a lies as you could have made up. Thank you, William Randolph Hearst, for publishing all those most ridiculous, prejudiced lies to make cannabis in the United States illegal. There is as much proof that, up until this day, black men are more persecuted than white men or white people, or either way, for cannabis use. We're finally, again, as the history goes, it'll be 50 years from now where we can look back 50 years and say here's a positive part of black history related to cannabis. And so, as dreary as it may be, the truth is more important than the not truth. Every black man and person that was ever prosecuted for using cannabis, they should get jump to the front of the line to get in the cannabis business now that it's legal. Expungement should be as much a act as anything when it comes to the legalizations in every state. No matter what state, if you legalize in every state, you should be expunging those anyone that's ever been arrested for cannabis use. And again, the numbers show that has not been kind to the black community. And so, I'd rather tell the truth than push it under the rug and act like it never happened, because that's ridiculous. That's not trying to be equal, because that's not fair to what the history is, and the history does show that it has not been kind. And so, we can only hope that moving forward that there is a lot more kindness when it comes to equality in the cannabis world, as there should be equality everywhere.
Indeed.
So there you have it, folks. That is my rant for today. Those are my thoughts and everything else on the High Noon Hemp Show. Again, we do appreciate everyone that watches every week, whether live or post live, so to speak. At anywhere, any of those places that you can do that. And again, I do have to say that the YouTube quality is quite good at the Jedi Hemp channel. So go subscribe to the Jedi Hemp channel if you haven't done it yet. Watch us there. Find us everywhere. And remember, reduce, reuse, recycle. Make everything else out of hemp. Having temptations.
See you all next week.